Hello, everyone. This is the weekly review for October 26th to October 30th in AP World History. We focus primarily on Unit 3, Land-Based Empires. Our four-class focus was integrity, which we took an exit ticket on this week. Prior to having that exit ticket, we reviewed exit ticket responses to effective communication, reviewed some of the student reflections on the daily learning target, responded to some great student-generated questions, and also reviewed self-assessments on the executive functioning skill of effective communication, particularly working in cooperative groups and workshopping. We do this to inspire future responses to exit tickets and continue to encourage reflective learning among students. We finished the Unit 2 exam, spent one more time in a breakout room looking at your responses and what you needed to correct based on the scores that I had given you. And we focused on two components of land-based empires, expansion and administration. The learning goal, one of them was that you were going to be able to explain how and why various land-based empires developed and expanded from 1450 to 1750, and also to explain how rulers used a variety of methods to legitimize and consolidate their power in those land-based empires. The land-based empires we focused on were the Qing, the Ottoman, the Safavid, and the Mughal. And some of the methods they used were gunpowder and weapons technology. That was certainly a method they used to expand their power. Legitimizing their power was more internal by hiring bureaucratic elites and military professionals to run the empire, basically controlling religious ideas and the thoughts of the people, engaging in arts and monumental architecture, which certainly legitimized and made the authority of the empire seem more authentic to the people. And they also engaged in innovative tax collection systems. The example here from the Mughal Empire is as far as one of those monumental architectural accomplishments is the Taj Mahal. We also focused on belief systems, explained the continuity and change within the various belief systems during the period. We focused on the Protestant and Catholic and the Sunni and Shia divisions, as well as the rise of Sikhism in South Asia. We talked in all of those religious complications about the political, social, and cultural implications. The Protestant Reformation marked a break with existing Christian traditions, and both the Protestant and Catholic Reformations contributed to the growth of Christianity, particularly throughout Europe. Political rivalries between the Ottoman and the Safavid empires intensified the split within Islam between Sunni and Shia, the Shia being primarily in the Safavid Empire and the Sunni in the Ottoman. And Sikhism developed in South Asia in a context of interactions between Hinduism and Islam, and typically those interactions between those two faiths were punctuated by violence. We also had an Edpuzzle and a Pear Duck. We worked on an Edpuzzle that focused on the Mughal Empire, the difference between the reigns of two emperors, Akbar and his grandson Aurangzeb. And the gist of that Edpuzzle was really talking about how historical interpretations are formed, because history seems to be smiling more kindly on Akbar than Aurangzeb, and it all depends on your interpretation. Those interpretations are colored by, they're subject to change based on a number of things. Who is doing the interpreting, what evidence they are referencing when they are doing that interpreting, and of course when the interpretation is taking place. An interpretation from an 18th century historian will be considerably different than an interpretation from a 21st century historian. What we have to look forward to, we will continue working on land-based empires and have a Unit 3 exam. We have an assignment comparing those land-based empires. A new essay assignment will be forthcoming. We will begin Unit 4 on transoceanic encounters from 1450 to 1750. Much of that maritime technology that we've talked about in the past that was born in the Indian Ocean trade and in Asia ends up migrating to Europe, and the Europeans use it to great effect and as they begin colonizing the world and eventually imperially taking it over. And our four-class focus, our new executive functioning skill comes from the school's core values, focusing on the establishment of positive relationships. So that's what we have to look forward to this week. Take care.